Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. All the world is waiting for you and the power you possess. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights, and the old red, white, and blue.
Welcome to Chapter 7, The Vitamins.
What are vitamins? By Professor Tammy. Learning objectives. Compare fat-soluble vitamins with water-soluble vitamins. Discuss the characteristics and functions of fat-soluble vitamins. Definition and classification of vitamins. Vitamins are essential. That means you need to consume these vitamins. Non-caloric. That means there are no calories. And organic. That means they have a carbon in their vitamin structure. Roles of vitamins. There are fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. Vitamin precursors. Classes. Absorption are through the blood and through the lymph. It's a good idea to look at this Harvard University Health Vitamins because I think they sum it up for you really well. If you look in your textbook, Table 7-1, the vitamin names are, for fat-soluble vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. For water-soluble vitamins, there are B vitamins, and these B vitamins are thiamine, also known as B1, riboflavin, also known as B2, niacin, also known as B3, folate. That's the natural version, but the synthetic version is called folic acid. Vitamin B12, vitamin B6, biotin, pantothenic acid, and there is vitamin C. Characteristics of the fat-soluble and the water-soluble vitamins. But before we go with the characteristics, we have to really understand which ones are the fat-soluble and the water-soluble vitamins. The fat-soluble vitamins are the A, D, E, and K. The water-soluble vitamins are the B's and the C. Alright, absorption. Fat-soluble vitamins absorb like fats, first in the lymph and then into bloodstream. Water-soluble vitamins are absorbed directly into the blood. So when you hear this, fat-soluble vitamins have to go through the lymph, then the blood. But water-soluble vitamins go directly to the bloodstream. Transport and storage. Fat-soluble vitamins must travel with protein carriers and watery body fluids. Fat-soluble vitamins are stored in the liver or fatty tissues. Think about it. The fat-soluble vitamins, they get stored in your body. And where are they stored? In the liver or the fatty tissues. So the fat-soluble vitamins, that's where they get the name, fatty tissues. A lot of them get stored there. So you can think of it that way too. Water-soluble vitamins. They travel freely in watery fluids. Most are not stored in the body. So that makes sense. They don't even go to the fatty tissues or the liver. They're with the watery fluids. Think about water-soluble vitamins. Excretion. Fat-soluble vitamins are not readily excreted. They tend to build up in the tissues, especially near the fat. So it's really hard to excrete the fat-soluble vitamins. Think of the fatty cells, the regular fatty cells. They're hard to get rid of too. So think of fat-soluble vitamins like that as well. Water-soluble vitamins are readily excreted in the urine, so you can pee it off. Toxicity. Fat-soluble vitamins. The toxicities are likely from supplements but can occur from food, but it's rare. So a lot of times when you take extra vitamins, those supplements, so if you take too much, you can get toxicity from it. It's rare that you get it from food. Like vitamin A, you can get it from carrots, like the orange and yellow carrots. And then sometimes people kind of turn orangey or yellowish from it. But those are rare that people really get too much fat-soluble vitamins from food. But it's easy to get too much from supplements. Water-soluble vitamins. Toxicities are unlikely but possible with high dosage from supplements. So when you think about these supplements, it's so easy. Oh, I'm taking a multivitamin, and then I'm taking my B complex. I'm taking a B6, a B12. Like, that's a lot of vitamins you're taking. Requirements. Fat-soluble vitamins. Needed in periodic doses. That means you don't need it all the time. Perhaps you need it during the weeks or even months because the body can store this. It also depends how much you consume is how long the body can conserve and store these vitamins, these fat-soluble vitamins. Water-soluble vitamins are needed in frequent doses because they last in your body for about 1 to 3 days because the body does not store most of them to any extent. So the body stores the fat soluble, it can store the fat soluble, but it cannot store the water soluble.
See you soon. And remember to read the book.